problem with our people is that we come late to the party a lot of times. We come late to the financial party. We're great at everything, but the last thing we got to dominate is money. And so we got to continue to look at that and how do we do that? Because fashion, sports, entertainment, I can keep going, you know. We're really good at it. But when it comes to understanding that we got to dominate money and do it young. I didn't come from money, but I had to learn it. You know, so.
I don't really know if this is my last time, but what I know is I'm feeling just fine. My life is like a red carpet, and I'm feeling like the richest millionaire. This is my local mayor, and I'm the biggest star around here.
What's happening, fam? L.A.R. movement still moving. Subscribe or die trying. Shout out to Magic Johnson, a.k.a. About the money conversation. I agree with him. I do. I think I remember seeing Plies talk about it in the sense of politics. So I'm going to mix a little bit of it up, right? I think when we become better with money, which I think we are, I don't think people realize it, but technology has helped our Black community come together in business and support each other in ways we haven't before. Shout out to O'Shea. You know, he talked a long time ago about, you know, he learned that, you know, brothers will support other brothers on YouTube. So people have watched that on YouTube. Black communities have supported other Black communities. You see the Hotep community supports each other on YouTube and social media. Pro-Black community. I'm saying those are kind of two different things. I'm making them two different things when I say that. The Black manosphere, even, you know, the anti-manosphere, you know, the feminists, you know, all that other stuff, you see the support. But also, you see a lot of Black restaurants, Black entrepreneurs, you know, out. And shout out to Master P, because he always says this: we need product. And every time I come across some rap snacks somewhere, I buy them. Right now, I got, you know, that juvie juice, you dig? So I buy anything. I've been having Talent Twine watched for a while, you know, so this painting behind me, if you a lot of y'all know who that is. I ain't even got to say it, right? You know, this thing behind me, I know Marvel is, you know, but just the symbolism of it. So I support Black restaurants, as much Black stuff as I can, right? And so we're learning how to support each other on a regular basis. Because truth be told, we have less issues when we support each other. You know, we got some people who are out of pocket for sure. But in a general sense, we've got a lot going on that's in the positive. Now, when I was bringing up Plies was saying, you know, we learn how to get money, but we blow the money. We get money to blow it to tell the world we're rich, but we haven't really got the political game down. And what Magic is saying is, hey, man, listen, we got to get this money thing together. Now, for a lot of y'all who may know or may not know, I would say Magic Johnson is one of the founding fathers of athletes doing business. You get what I'm saying? Magic Johnson. He's like, for the era of people we know, Magic is one of the earliest and movers and shakers. That started doing other things outside of basketball, even while he was playing. You know, radio, you see him being part ownership of a team. People remember the Magic Johnson theaters, you know, getting involved in Starbucks and I want to say Fridays. and stuff like that, and showing our community not just that we could support each other, but we can make great things. Cause I ain't gonna front. I went to the Magic Johnson Theater out here in Houston when it was open. And in my opinion, the modern day movie theater that we see now was really based off of Magic Johnson. Just for the record. Because I remember it was all kind of the concession stand had a bunch of stuff that it wasn't just candy and popcorn. That was the first time I saw people, was it chicken fingers and all, and all that kind of stuff. They like pizza and all that other stuff. That was him. Getting stuff that it wasn't, popcorn and nachos. He expanded that. He made the experience an experience. So when it comes to us getting it together, I get it. But here's the thing. The civil rights movement was what? 60s? The implementation of all the laws that were supposed to work stopped in probably the 80s. Even in the 80s was the crack era. So it was a whole nother thing. Because if y'all don't know what I'm saying, let me slow down and say this. The civil rights movement was early 60s. But part of the civil rights movement was like fair housing, which really didn't take effect until like 1984 because they were still doing kind of weird things. But they're still doing weird things with housing today. But it became policy in like 84 that you really gonna get jammed up for that if you get caught. So and 80, 84, 80s, early 90s, that was the crack era, which took a lot of our progress away from us from the civil rights movement, but at the same time we made some huge leaps at the same time. And like Magic was saying, when we get that together, we're gonna work. And one of the issues is what? We don't work with each other as much as we work with others. Now I can say I'm 43. So there were things that I couldn't even fathom when I was younger that opened my mind up. When I was a teenager, I met a black agent, the sports agent, kind of. He was my cousin's first agent. My cousin's only agent, rather, but he was my cousin. My cousin was his first client, but that was the first time I saw that. I seen a black dentist, black doctor. It's the first time I seen an agent, right? I didn't even think about that existing. The 80s, Spike Lee, that part. The 80s, 90s, I found out about a bunch of the inventors. And even later on in the 90s, I want to say it was the 90s, when I found out that Lonnie Johnson made the Super Soaker. And there's a brother doing that, The music aspect, the South, Jay Prince, Tony Draper, then Master P, then of course Cash Money, who just took it to a whole nother level. E40 with the independent music thing that you could work on your own. And even in sports, I saw, athletes being their own agent, like Ed Reed. You know what I'm saying? Like Richard Sherman. You saw that they negotiate their own contracts and this, that, and the third. The Michael Jordan thing, where he became something more than bigger than life, right? And if you see the movie Air, I forgot the brother's name, but Chris Tucker played him. He was working for Nike at the time, and he's a known guy, right? I think it's Howard. I want to say Howard. Even when I watched the Air movie, that was the first time I actually knew that. But fast forward, you got guys in crypto now. You got guys in real estate now, not the ones that's the scammers. Okay, don't do that. You got guys doing stocks. Now I got family members who, learn how to work the stock market. It's like we're learning and we're excelling. Like even using LeBron and Rich Paul, and I did a video about Rich Paul recently. LeBron, you can say a lot of things. Only thing people say is he ain't like me. He ain't as good as Mike. He ain't as good as Kobe. He ain't as good as Tim Duncan. But he's freaking great. Let's just be honest. But him and his quote unquote, he's the first black great celebrity that I could think of in sports that doesn't have an entourage. He got a team. That ain't no entourage. That's a team. Rich, Maverick, like I forgot the other brother's name just now. The Juvie Juice got me. But that's a team. And other guys started building a team around that, And what Magic said that's most important is like when we get there, we're gonna get it together. And same thing with Ice Cube and LL Cool J with the big three. Like just creating things. People forget about Isaiah Thomas creating the CBA or owning the CBA. But even though the WNBA they ran it out of business because they didn't want the quote unquote conflict, they didn't want to compete with the CBA, but they took a whole bunch of the CBA business model. That's what the G League is now, just for the reference. So, and even the internet, how the NBA uses the internet, they got that from the CBA. So we have the talent, we have the ideas, and and the money is there with a lot of the big people. It's just, I think our last hurdle is investing in the right people. And we're getting to the end of investing in the wrong people. So I think our boom is it's Thanos, and it's inevitable. And it's coming sooner than people think. Same thing, technology, books, merchandise, gear, like everything that black people can buy for black people, it's lovely, So shout out to Magic because he's a pioneer to that. He's a pioneer to that, and even the brothers who jump in stuff like NASCAR, like Michael Jordan, like Randy Moss, Carmelo, what was LeBron in? I forgot what he's in, but there are other guys who do other things, And I'm using athletes and entertainers because it's easy for people to go, oh, because some of these guys are in other businesses, agriculture, real estate, jewelry. What the heck is it? They used to be in like car washes and stuff like that. Shoot, I can't think of it off the top of my head just now. Like, what do you call those? Chain stores, chain restaurants. Like some guys are auto parts and stuff like that. It's a lot going on. So people are coming together because one of the things you don't know is there are a lot of black people who are invested in chain businesses. It ain't just Rick Ross and Wingstop. It's people that's been doing that way before Rick Ross. And you know what I'm saying? So that you don't know. Hotels and stuff. I forgot about the luxury hotels that people own in America. The Salamander is in Virginia. It's Middlesburg, Virginia. It's Bob Johnson's ex-wife. Dope resort. Dope place. So outside of D.C. If you're ever in the area, go stay there. But I'm gonna leave it at that. Kathy Hughes and Radio 1. I know people and some of these things, it's white people doing this and white people. Yeah, but it's like Tyler Perry. You see all of this stuff happening. So we're definitely going on in the right track. But I'm done. I've been going too far. I don't want this super long, but it needs to be. But like, share, subscribe, or die trying. Catch y'all on the next one. Peace.
All I ask is when you lay your head on that pillow at night, I gave you everything I had.